How are you doing?
How unprofessional.
No, that's
We're
not a
in, we're
professional
live,
life.
we're going. Inspiration Nation. Hello, Lee Kemp here for another week on the podcast. Sadly, we are without Ryan Boniface. Even more sadly, we are with Jose Noya. How are you, Jose?
I'm really good. Yeah, Lee, how are you? I know you had a little cough earlier, but you okay?
I'm good, I'm surviving. I've got a dregs of a. Oh, you can't even see the water as it
Let me see
glares
it.
out from the background, but there's some water here. I'm going to drink it quickly.
I'll join you on that. I'll
There we
join you
go.
on that.
Professional. That's what that is. Professional. Cheers. Right. Hello. Thank you for joining us, everyone. Live again. We are on YouTube and TikTok. If you're interested in getting involved live, just put Jose Noya Inspiration Nation in your Google machine. Follow the links that come up. They'll be high on the list. Hit follow, hit subscribe, hit notify. Whatever the buttons are, it'll tell you when we go live. You can get involved like the significant volume of people did last week on both platforms. Hoping for more of that this week. Jose, you requested to have the subject this week, so I'm intrigued.
I did.
I'm intrigued.
So I just need to share something with you. I just want to say thank you, Murray, for joining. Thank you also, User80, for joining. We appreciate you. So we'll see what happens. So I went out to a restaurant the other night celebrating my birthday and also celebrating my anniversary, right?
Oh, hold on. Did I miss your birthday?
First things first. First things
Oh,
first.
no, Jose.
All right, it's okay. It's all good. First things first. First things first. I have to admit a heinous crime that I committed.
Oh.
I forgot our anniversary.
Oh, I don't feel so bad now.
And the thing is, my wife forgot the anniversary for about 3 or 4 years ago. And I'm going, see, I've got anniversary, and now I've lost my get out of jail free card. Just to let you know. So, just to let you know that. Anyway, cutting long story short, let's go. So we celebrate. Went to a local restaurant where I am, and it was a lovely place. Had a lovely steak and stuff like that. Celebrating. Anyway, I was having a meal, and coming towards the end of the meal, going to pay the bill, and all of a sudden say, "Hey, Jose!" I got a "Hey, Jose" on it. Hello, and I looked at this person, and I looked up, and oh, Freddy! I said, "Freddy," right? And so Freddie, I work in we work in an industry, so I'd actually trained this person twice in our industry, and also just to let you know that they support the podcast,
Okay.
and they bought a T-shirt, so they wear it at the gym, and it was nice to sort of see. And so what I asked for is, "Hey Freddie, how's it going?" He's going, "No, it's going okay. It's going okay, but I want to know, you sort of come up with a negative first." And we said, "No, we'll refrain that. So I want to do a podcast episode for you." So he said, "Okay, how do we discover our purpose? Because I'm not sure what I want to do in my life, right?" That's what he said, and he's really lovely, and he really wants to do good things. And he's reading this book by Masimoto or something. He's got lovely quotes. He's reading that, but he's reading other personal development books. So we're really supporting his journey. And so this episode is for you, Freddie. If you're listening to this, if you're watching this, Freddie, you come on here on the TikTok. This is for you, one of our fans of the podcast. Just give a quick shout out to Marcia. Thank you so much for joining. Appreciate you. Thanks for joining. Thank you, Chris, as well. Questionable, thanks for joining as well. I really appreciate you. So discovering your purpose. This is what this is about. So, as you know, Lee, I do love a bit of Evan Carmichael, don't I?
You certainly do.
And I don't know if you remember that time when I spammed you with email. Or spammed you
You say that time like it's not every day of every week.
Do you know I spammed you, right? And I said, I just read the book, and I spammed you a ton of pages, right? And you went, what are you doing? Right? No, anyway, it's this book, Built to Serve by Evan Carmichael. And he's got a really great exercise you can all do about discovering your purpose. So I want to share that with the audience. And Lee, I'd like you to get your take on this once I finish it, all right? Just to see what you think, and actually talk about your version of what purpose is and how you discovered your purpose. Is that good?
Yes, it is.
All right. So first of all, the first thing you need to do is, or everyone talks about, is your who. So who is what you stand for. So everything that you love is connected. So I've done this exercise. In the book, it goes in a lot more in depth, but basically what this is that you look at everything in your heart previous of your life, and you talk about the things that you love. So a couple of things that I looked at when I was doing this exercise was, One, I actually really got inspired, and I loved a teacher at my primary school who read the book called The Hobbit, and he read it in such a way which was really inspirational, did all the characters and all that, and I really admired the way he taught. So it probably has had an influence on my life in terms of how I do these things, right? So that was one thing, but also the other thing I talk about a lot, and Lee, you know I talk about it a lot, is the Rocky films. I really love the Rocky films. I'm really passionate. I love that whole underdog thing and how he comes back from adversity. So those are the things, and I sort of looked at that. And also the other thing is when I join businesses or do work, I always look for someone who's inspirational, who's someone I could look up to. So you can already see that there's a connection between all those things, like inspiration, inspired by the teacher, inspired by the Rocky story, inspired by looking for inspiration. You know, all the jobs that I've had, I always looked at, who's this person that I can look up to? So that's your who, right? So you do that, you look back, you look at that. So the second one is your why. And your why is your most painful moment, or one of your most painful moments. I've got two, really. I haven't really done it on this one. When I did this exercise, I had my mental health challenge. So that was my most painful moment. And so for me was, how did I, so for me was that moment. And I don't want anyone to go through that. This is why we do this podcast, right? We don't want anyone to go through depression and not wanting to be here anymore. So that's another reason what you discover. So the inspiration and the link with that is that it helped me get through that by discovering coaching. So this is another reason why this exists, right? So it's coaching, inspiration, and helping, right? So that is your why. I want people to avoid the things that I've gone through, and this is why I'm sharing the stories and all the experiences. So that's your who and your why. And the next one is your how. So it's the three elements. The next one's your how. So the how is how you navigate it, and I've alluded to it really in my previous one. How did I get through it? I got through it by acknowledging, one, there's no one coming to save you, and drawing inspiration, i.e. the Rocky films and Come Back and all that, is using that to push through, although sometimes I felt like I didn't want to push through. And discovering, after having counselling, discovering coaching and what that did for me, and knowing that I could get through it. And that led to things like Samaritans and things like that. That's how I navigate. That's how I got through it. Now, if you go back through the episodes, Lee will allude to it as well, is that you'll know all the journey. Go back to episode 1, you'll talk about all the journey there. So there you go. That's how you find your purpose. So it's your who, your why, and your how. And there you go. That's how you discover purpose. Lee, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, but probably not what you're thinking.
No, it's not what I'm thinking. It's whatever you think. It's your version.
No. What I mean is, yes, I don't know. I feel like I need to do or redo this exercise because I'm not sure I can conclusively answer my purpose right now.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, so talk to me about that. What's going on? What do you mean?
I don't know. I think I'm going through a bit of a reframing period, if you like.
Okay.
And I was going to say with what's important, but it's not that, because I've got kind of clear understanding of where I spend my time, how I balance things, work life, hobbies, ambitions, blah blah blah, all of that. And I don't think that's changed, but what I would see my purpose as, and when you say that, a big part of that is back to that how I leave people feeling. So I think it's in that realm, but I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know what I add to that space actually. So I don't know, you just got me thinking. I think I need to properly think about this.
Okay. So what would that look like? Just reflecting now.
We've got to do this the other way. You've got to talk a bit about yours to get my brain going.
Okay. Well, this is what I did. I spent probably a good few days doing this solidly, and I filled up. I think I've got it in my in one of my journals. I journaled it, so I put it all down.
This would be how many years ago now?
Well, it was before the podcast, right? Because I was doing that Instagram stuff, all those videos and stuff like that. Yeah. And then you picked up on it and said, "Oh, I know what you want to do," and so it all started from there, right?
Since?
What, the exercise?
Yeah.
No, because And I'm not saying it as I don't, because I really know what my purpose is. I really know what it is. Every time I do these videos or I'm talking about it, I'm passionate. There's energy there, and it's all linked to it. It's like it's just. I know what it is. I know what I'm here. I know what I'm on this planet to do, and it's to help people. It's to help people avoid what I went through by sharing, but also by coaching and empower them to take steps. The coaching element, right? We talk about.
Yeah.
You know me, right? You know where that passion lies. So I know I'm a coach. I just know I was built to be a coach. I get feedback to say that my coaching's great. Every time I coach, actually, I ask a question. How was that for you out of 1 to 10? One terrible, 10 high, and I want them to be honest with me. And the ratings are really great. And I say to them the other things. I go, how could it be better for you? So I get feedback from that, and then I say, well, how could it be even better? So I try and do all these things. But anyway, to go back to it, I just know now that my core
Yeah.
value is inspiration, and I've got to feel that inspiration in what I do. I don't have any. I'm not even floating around. It's like I just know. But by doing the exercise and knowing what drives me to become a better version of myself and to help others through the power of coaching. In fact, going back to you reminding me actually when you asked that question, you make me reflect a lot. Actually,
Yeah.
there was I can't remember if we put it on the inspirational.org website, but I know on my old website, and I've quoted this actually because someone asked me to do an elevator pitch. Don't ask you to do it now because I had to practice it. I had to sort of practice it. But it was along the lines that, well, actually, along the lines of it was, so hey, you asked me what I do, and it was something along the lines of, well, did you know that 92% of people don't achieve their dreams? Well, that's what I'm here to do, to help people achieve their dreams through solid steps and actions. And that's where I come in, just to help solve that problem. And my coaching mantra, which this elevator pitch reflection made me reflect on, was you're not on this planet to make up the numbers. You're here to make a difference. And that is what I truly believe, that everyone that I coach can make that difference and can improve whatever they do and achieve the things they want to achieve. And hey, look, to put a real realism on this is that I've talked about it before. I want this podcast to go across the world, across the planet, do live shows, get a robot Hazer on stage and all that stuff. And hey, it may not happen, but the whole thing about this is living a life with that vision in mind and working on that daily is a great life, right? Because you're working on the thing that you love to do, which is coaching and helping people. And I'm very fortunate that I'm doing that in my work. I'm doing inside work. I'm doing outside work. I just feel right now, and in fact, I had a conversation with my leader today that I feel absolutely blessed because I'm doing the things that I want to do. I'm doing this 100-day personal development challenge on TikTok at the minute. I'm loving it. I'm really loving it. So that's my purpose. I'm just here to coach people through that doubt, coach people to find purpose, coach people to start executing on what they want to achieve. So anyway, Lee, I know you asked me that. It's a bit of a long explanation there, but there's a lot in there.
It's good. It's all good.
And reflect. Anything from that for you?
Yeah, hold on.
I'm just going to say before you go, likes. There's some likes here. Thank you for liking. Keep liking. Thank you so much. Appreciate you so much. Thank you. I'm trying to look who liked this live. I can't see. Maybe they like, but it doesn't actually show. Is that right? No, can't see who liked. Anyway, whoever liked, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Keep going. Anyway, Lee, over to you.
Absolutely. I want to say, I can't remember what it was when we did this before, but we did all of this when we went through the words and stuff. And I want to say that innovate is my word, but I'm not feeling that in my heart when I say it. And maybe I just need to delve into it more and look at it differently, but I don't. And this isn't like, oh, I'm lost, I don't know what my purpose is, blah 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 blah. Because I do, but it feels a bit vague and conceptual. And I think it would really help me if I could really focus it down to something specific.
Well, if you want any help with that,
I'm thinking I think there's a little offline and we do a recap, but I definitely think there's something in this. Just
happy to help that.
you know, you know when you feel like you almost need a reboot or something. You know, like when your drawer gets a bit messy and you tidy it up and it all looks nice and neat again. I think I need one of them in my brain, maybe.
Do you know what? I love that, Lee. I love the fact that you're going to re-examine it. I absolutely love that, because that's just brilliant. So you've obviously got to a stage in your life where you need to, like you said, reboot and say, okay, what is it? What is the thing? And I remember you actually saying about innovate. I think that was a thing. Innovation was your thing.
Yeah, I think it was, and I think
it still work, right?
I think it still is. I just think I need a new lens on it, maybe, or
Do you think it needs to be more specific?
Yeah, I think that's what
like on a mission or something, like something that you can tangibly. If I was going to ask you an elevator pitch on innovation,
this is it, and it's not there right now. That's it. I think it needs to be a little bit more specific. I think just a quick shout out, Prairie Dodgers on YouTube. Hello, joining us again. Afternoon from Canada.
Oh, Cindy's lovely. So go watch her channel, Prairie Dodgers, on YouTube. Also, I think it's Instagram. I think it's Prairie Dodgers on Instagram as well. Or she does a live called "What's My Good Cheer?" And she goes da 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 da. And I'm just copying that. So yeah, go on, Cindy, keep going. Love it. Bringing joy to the world, Cindy. We really do appreciate you.
100%.
Always so dedicated to the cause, Cindy is. Maybe we should get Cindy on the show. I'm just thinking. Maybe we should get Cindy on the show. I'm thinking
That's a
that.
good idea. It's been a while since we've had a guest.
Cindy, if you want to get on the show, get in contact. Message me on Instagram. Happy to pop a message here, pop a message to Lee, and we get something arranged. It'd be lovely to get you on the show. Come speak with Lee, Ryan, and myself. It'd be great. Yeah. Anyway, Lee, so go back to your thing. Talk to yeah.
It's good. I like this. I know I'm being a bit vague and wishy-washy, but this feels like quite practical. Like we're going to do something off the back of it. So I feel like maybe I need a bit of Noya time to drill it in. And who are we talking about that started talking to you about this too? In the restaurant, and you looked up and you went,
Freddy.
Freddy, yes. So Freddy. So this is all.
Yeah.
This is Freddy wanted a conversation on this as well. So how can we help Freddy with this? Just so we don't go off topic.
So, how do we help Freddy with this? I did talk at the top of the screen, right? What's your who? Let's recap it then. Let's recap it. It's a really good spot, actually, because so your who, what do you stand for? It's going back into your life and looking at all the things you love, right? And looking for the connection. What is the connection? So I listed the Rocky movies. I listed that teacher. There was other things as well. I look for inspiration when I work. So I knew what was it. So some people, for me, it could have, it could have been another word, right? It could have been because it could have been, I don't know, power, or it could have been, I don't know. What's another word? It could have been. It could have been. It could have. I'm not trying to think. So I'm just so fixed on inspiration. It's hard for me to think of it out. But it could have been something else. It could have been belong. It could have been whatever. But the idea about it is that you get just one value that you connect to, and that is what Inspiration Nation is. It's off the back of my one core value. So when I look back, there's all these. There was a pattern. Oh, I love that. I love that. I love that. I know you love wrestling, Lee. So you could put in what the wrestling is. You could put all that stuff, and that's your who. And then your why is your most painful moment. And I've had a couple, like I said, but I always talk about that mental health moment. My mum passed away, but I think the growth from going through mental health really helped me navigate the grief for my mum. And again, this podcast, Inspiration, got me through that, right? What were the great things about my mum that I can use? I'm getting chills just talking about this right now. I'm literally getting physically chills going through my body, because it really did help me navigate that moment, and know that I'll get through it, right? And actually, I still think my mum's with me, right? I still think my mum's with me, and I know I talked about angel numbers in another episode, and I keep seeing them, and I just think it's crazy. I don't used to believe this, but I keep seeing them, like 1111, 222s, 333s, and when I look them up, it's like, yep, you're on the right track. You're on the right track. So I don't know what's going on, but I'm definitely on the right track somewhere, and it makes me not fear less, because I do get fear, but it makes me more. What's the word to describe this? It makes me more to take risks, but to make me more bit robust is the wrong word. I don't know what the word is, but it makes me braver to just face these things. So anyway, that's that second one here is the why. What's your most painful moment? Is that mental health thing that's helped me. I don't want anyone to ever go through it, but I wouldn't change it because it's made me who I am, right? I wouldn't change it because I wouldn't be here today talking to you, Lee, right? We wouldn't be, this may not have happened. And anyway, so I love that. So that's your why. And then the how is how you navigate that painful moment, the coaching and that, I did have counseling, but the coaching and actually taking small steps towards the thing, right? So Lee, when we do this exercise offline, it won't be done in one session. This could take a few because there might be smaller steps you need to take before you do it. But you could really hone this to make it something really powerful for you. And this is what I'd encourage everyone to do, right? So it's a really powerful exercise. So if you want to do it yourself, get the book, Built to Serve. He's also got Your One Word as well, which is another powerful book. In fact, Inspiration, Catch You Guys Later come from this book because talks about having a, if you have, a purpose and you're building community, it's always good to have some sort of connection, like Catch You Guys Later, or, everyone, oh, you're the Catch You Guys Later or the Inspiration guy, right? So it's always good to have that in your community. Anyway, so anyway, Lee, I know I've talked a lot there, but that was a recap on the three elements. Any thoughts on the back of that or anything that comes to mind for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take a bit of thinking to drill down on this, I think, just for me to really, and I know we've done this before, and I think I already kind of half had the word in my head, but I just need to get, especially on the why and what the influences are and everything like that. So it feels like a big brainstorm, which, like you said, and it's, you can get them both off Amazon, just Evan Carmichael, get those books, Built to Serve, and it's Your One Word, isn't it? Which I think there's a takeaway, is what we'd encourage people to do. In fact, we'd love to hear what people's one words are, so just get us on Twitter at ListenToIN or anywhere else. Let us know what that is. But I'm really keen to dig into that and just kind of, it's like when you take that step back and you just think, is that, why am I doing this? Why does that matter to me? What is the influence? And just sweep away some of the noise. So yeah, we'll talk separately, but I'm keen to do this bit of work. I wasn't expecting to come away with some homework from a podcast, but I like this.
I'd love to help you with this, honestly. So anytime. I think it's really powerful. Do you know what I just want to say to you? This is a really brave step you're taking here, because you're almost like re-examining, what you're here to do.
I'm curious, I think is what it is. I'm curious.
I love that word as well. You're curious to sort of dig deeper into what that is. And so really dedicated time to that, I think, would really help. And I say it might take, I'll probably say it take more than a couple of sessions, but we can really, maybe something we could just, whatever you want to do at your pace, catch up on it whenever you think you need.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think if you can get coached on your purpose, it's one of the most powerful things. It's helped me through so much, and it's just kept me also, I'd say, Lee, and you know this, right? When you're focused on something, you know the decisions to make. You just know what to say no to and what to say yes to. Like for me, right, an example of this, and I actually got this to my leader, right? When you're on a path, like I'm on this path to want to help, like I want to help millions, and I'd love to get to billions of people, right, through the content and all this. I'd love to do that, right? But when things like this, I was at my tennis club, and we've only got a certain amount of time in the day, right? So we've got to be cautious about that. And so when this person said, "Hey, look, we need some help with what they needed some," because I'm helping the tennis club with their Instagram page, because I've done Instagram and I do social media.
Yeah.
So I'm helping with that. But what they said, could you be the safeguard? That was it. It was a safeguard. And immediately, if I'll talk you through the process. I said no in my mind. It was no, right? So I let them down gently and said no. But that was a very quick and easy decision, because if I said yes to that, then that takes you away from the purpose that I've got, right? I'm spread too thinly. I need to really focus on the things that's important to me. And one of the most important things is, this podcast, helping others, but also helping myself, right? And doing these things every day. If I did that, I might never do the videos. I might never do the things the tasks I need to do daily to lead to that bigger purpose that I have to help other people, and on the way helping people, right? Like my family, you, Lee, right? In every way I can use my skills and abilities to help others. that's really what I'm about. Now, if I said yes to that thing, I wouldn't be able to do that. Like, that'd be less time. So I'm really keen on whatever you say yes to, you're going to say no to something else. So it's really keen that, and that's what I wanted to really have home. So that's an example of how easy that decision was. It was very easy for me to make that decision. I didn't have to and ah. Now I'm back in a part, and I am a people pleaser. I still want to help people, but it made my choice much easier once you have that core value. You just know what you're aiming at. Once you know that, the decisions become easy.
Yeah, I see
you
that.
just know. Boom. So yeah, I love that. Just to let you know, Lee, Wiku's come on live. Wiku is the person I sent a video to. Thank you, Wiku. Liking the live. Look at this. Boom. Thank you, Wiku, so much for joining. Appreciate your support. Hello. Thank you so much. Anyway, Lee, anything off the back of that?
Was this, Jose? Was this inspiring, or was it a little after hours kind of action?
It was a thank you video. I know you're alluding.
Take what you want from that.
Exactly, yeah. It's a thank you video. So yeah, I really appreciate actually Wiku spending time. He's liking the live. Look, it's going up to 3, 4. It's going crazy. Like, I don't know how quick your finger is at Wiku on liking this screen, but it's going crazy right now. Up to 406 likes there already. It was on 81 or something. It's brilliant. Thank you, Wiku. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to share, like it.
100%. Honing on a word that I used earlier that you liked. Prairie Dodgers has just said on YouTube, the best teachers are the most curious students. So watch out, Jose. I'm coming for you. The teacher will soon, no, the student will soon become the one. I totally ruined that. You know what I'm saying.
I love it though. I think I know what you mean though. I love it.
But I love
I think curiosity is one of the best things you can follow. I think being curious just leads to different things. You just don't know where it's going to lead. It's exciting. So
100%.
Curiosity is really cool.
100%.
In fact, I mentioned that in a previous video today where I was talking about, actually how to be a great friend is being curious, right? Sometimes you get those, we're going a bit off topic, but one of the exercises I use in one of my coaching, when I was training out coaching, was if you want to be a better listener, just be curious. And being curious is finding, in your network, just find the person that you least connect with, or you find, oh my God, I have to meet up with them again. But what's challenged you to be curious about what they talk about. And I talk about my mum and her birds, and I wasn't really interested in her birds, and just ask questions about the birds. And now out the front there, because I've asked the question, got curious, I now have bird feeders at the front of my house. So it leads you down, being curious leads you down paths you may not have expected you have passions in.
Yes.
And so, yeah, just cool. Love that, Lee. And that led to a bit of a sidebar there, but I really love the fact that you've coined curiosity there. I think it's really important, and that you're going to use it in terms of your purpose. You're curious about your purpose. So I think it's fantastic about innovation.
No, thank you. It's good. Right, we're close to wrapping up time here. I'm going to say for takeaways, obviously, I'm going to go and do a big exercise. I'm going to say be curious for my thing that I coined in there.
I love that.
Jose, what have you got for me?
Mine is be brave. Just be brave and explore your purpose. If you don't feel you've got purpose, be brave and be prepared to explore it. Maybe get a coach, reach out, maybe interact here. But really explore it and get the book, right? We're not any commission here, right? Get the book, do the work, be brave. Yeah, I think it's powerful stuff. This is powerful stuff, man. I love it. Anyway, that's my takeaway.
No, it's good.
It's
good stuff. Hopefully we're giving some good tools to people there to utilise some practical takeaways. If you like what we're doing, head over to inspirationation.org.uk. All details of podcasts there, full archive. The shop is there as reference. Jose's friend there using their t-shirt in the gym. There's one behind Jose there.
Freddy!
Somewhere, but I can't find it. That's it. Freddy, thank you very much for the support. So head over there, get detailed blog, everything else, and we are across social media at Listen to IN, Listen TOIN. Give us a follow, like some of the content. Appreciate the support there. Get in touch with us as well. And as I said, just Jose Noya Inspiration Nation, stick in your Google machine, YouTube and TikTok are the place to be. Loads of great content there. And you can follow us live, just like a lot of people have done today. And we thank everyone for that support, massively so.
Especially Wiku, right? Especially Wiku, 1.6k likes already. Like, mental. Like, I don't know how they're doing it, but Wiku, thank you so much. Appreciate
you, everyone. We appreciate it all. We'll be back again next week. We'll count us down. Say 3, 2, 1. Inspiration Nation.
Inspiration Nation.
Catch you guys later.
Thank you, Wiku. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much for liking this live.